Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'll be talking you through how we are raising our baby in our pet-filled home, how we initially introduced our newborn baby to our animals, and then what we're actually doing on a day-to-day basis to keep the peace and harmony in this home. So without further ado, let's get into the video. We have 4 dogs, so ranging from a small Jack Russell Terrier all the way to a big German Shepherd dog, and we also have 1 ragdoll cat. Before even becoming parents, our animals were accustomed to being downstairs, and they actually have a free access to outside, so they can go out in the garden as they please. And then the cat is the only one who is allowed upstairs though, because he's my cat. While I was pregnant with Lucy, the animals, all of them, there was no exception, all of them, and especially the cats, were super cuddly and very, very friendly towards me. For example, the cat, he is a bit of a loner sometimes and he doesn't want to sort of be on your lap, whereas he was cuddling up to my tummy and just purring against it. So it's really, really strange, but animals just are incredible. And then when Lucy was first born, so I was still in hospital for a couple of days, and so my husband Max brought home some of these swaddles that I'd been using for her and some of her little outfits, and just allowed the animals to smell them, to pick up on Lucy's scent, just so it wouldn't be a completely new smell in the house. When we came back from the hospital all together as a family for the first time, I went into the house first, and so all the dogs and the cat were all really excited to see me. We hadn't seen each other for 5 days. And then my husband Max carried in Lucy with her car seat. And so I just sat on the sofa and Lucy was next to me, and we just allowed the animals to smell her, to see her, to listen to her. I mean, thank goodness she wasn't screaming. She was actually fast asleep in the car seat. And it kind of felt really almost like a baby Jesus moment, like all the animals around the manger and they were all gathered around this sofa looking at Lucy. So it was a really special moment. I believe it's never a good idea to leave your newborn baby 100% alone with your animals, no matter how much you trust them, no matter how long you've had them for. I just think it's just an accident waiting to happen. And sadly, you hear about these awful cases. I always made sure that the bedroom door was shut so that the cat could not get into her room while she was sleeping. I think it's a good idea if you're able to sit somewhere quiet and calm with your baby on your lap, and then allow the animals to freely come towards your baby to discover it, to smell, to potentially lick a hand as well if they want to, rather than not leaving them much choice and then thrusting the baby in their faces, because I think it could be quite an aggressive move for them. In the weeks that followed, we also set up a ginormous playpen, which we could then put on quite a nice level in order to pick up and put Lucy down. And basically we just left it in the lounge, and so the dogs and the cat could still see Lucy, still hear her, and just get used to being around her. I am a firm believer of leading by example, and as parents we are the first ever role models to our children, and the most important ones in their entire life as well. And so I do definitely believe that if you show how you treat animals, they then follow in your footsteps, and I can totally confirm that theory. We have always spoken very calmly and, try not to shout at our animals, and we pet them very gently. And Lucy now is 16 months old, and she is so gentle, especially with the cat. The cat is like her best friend, they're best pals, and she'll give him a big hug in the morning and then just so gently pet him. And so, no, it's just remarkable seeing how she's turning out today. I believe it's a good idea for everyone to have their own space, including our pets. And so our dogs have their dog beds in one corner of our kitchen, and we taught Lucy just to leave the dogs alone once they went into their dog beds. They just don't want any more hugs, more cuddles, just their own space. And I think the dogs really appreciate it as well. Baby gates have been especially useful as well, and they haven't just been there to prevent our baby from getting into harm's way or going up the stairs on her own. They have also been super useful for keeping our pets at bay as well. And so, for example, when we come home from our food shopping trip and we've got our bags and we're carrying Lucy, we then don't have to think, what if the dogs are rushing towards us or potentially knocking Lucy over if we put her down. It just gives a little safe barrier for us. and then we can then put the shopping down, calmly open the gate, and then allow them to come and discover what we've got in the bags. Right, that's it for this video. Thank you ever so much for watching, and I really hope you found this useful and interesting. Leave a comment down below to tell me how you're coping with your pet and child situation, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys!